Today's question is, what is yours to do? One of my mentors always talks about her hula hoop. It's been so helpful to me. When life gets overwhelming or I feel stuck, worried, or powerless, I try to imagine I'm in my hula hoop. It's hot pink, in case you're wondering. And my hula hoop is what I can manage, fix, control, tend to. Immediately, I realize I do have choices. I have agency. Maybe it's just over my attitude, but I'm not powerless. I also realize in any given moment, I can only do so much. I'm trying to make it a practice to regularly ask myself before acting, responding, or reacting whether whatever it is actually in my hula hoop. Is it mine to do, to attend to respond to? Before saying yes or answering, replying, doing, or trying to help, is it in my hula hoop? Is it in my lane? Is it truly my responsibility? Did I sign up for it to be in my hula hoop, or is someone else assigning it to me? Am I putting it into my hula hoop to appear good, worthy, valuable, agreeable? Am I putting it into my hula hoop because I want to control, manage, fix, save, or make beautiful what is in someone else's hula hoop? Even with kids, we can love them well, guide, help with things that they actually need an adult to do. Things like drive, schedule appointments, teach emotional regulation. But they also have their own hula hoops. So a few things to help you stay in your hula hoop. You are not the arbiter of other people's moods and experiences. Oh, that's a tough one. Live and let live. Doing what is not yours to do is a recipe for exhaustion and resentment. Getting into other people's hula hoops is uncomfortable, messy, and paralyzing. But staying in your hula hoop is hard. Doing all the things that I'm, trying to avoid or do all the things I'm talking about can even be really confusing, overwhelming. So I invite you to say the Serenity Prayer whenever you need help. Say it in the morning and throughout the day. It goes like this. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Serenity means calm, untroubled. The kind of acceptance in this prayer doesn't mean you like what is happening or even consent to it. It's a kind of acceptance that recognizes no amount of doing, resisting, or wishing will transform this. It is what it is. So it's a prayer for God to change our attitude or our perception instead. It's accepting I have no control over the external environment, and I need God to change my internal environment instead, or to shift it in some way. The second part of the prayer is for courage. The root word of the word courage is cor, which is Latin for heart. You're asking for the ability to act from an authentic, sincere, centered place from within your hula hoop, and only to do so when it's yours to do. The last part of the prayer is essential for the other two parts. You ask for wisdom to know whether to accept or to try to make change. You ask for discernment and guidance. Embedded in the prayer is hope. By saying it, you are recognizing you're not alone. You are being led. If you like, you can pray it now with me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If you're enjoying Braving the New Year, click follow or subscribe so you know when a new episode has dropped. By the way, this podcast series, Braving the New Year, is based on my new book, Braving Difficult Decisions, and you can order it now on Bookshop or Amazon. It will give you even more guidance. If my podcast, More Human with Dr. Angela, means something to you, it would mean so much to me if you would rate it by scrolling to rates and reviews on Apple Podcasts or clicking the 3 dots on Spotify and then click Rate Show. I'm so grateful to you for listening. This is your gentle reminder. You are braver than you think.